Wonder how the stuff you order online just shows up? Behind that magic trick is this incredibly complex dance of logistics, and right in the middle of it all, there's an unsung hero pulling all the strings. Today, we're going to pull back that curtain. Seriously, think about it for a second. From a factory to a warehouse, maybe across an ocean, down a highway, right to your front door. Who's the conductor of that massive orchestra? Well, it's not magic. It's a very real, very skilled person. And to really get a handle on this crucial role, we're going to follow a day in the life of Sarah. She's a transportation dispatcher, and trust me, she's about to show us exactly how our modern world actually moves. All right, first up, let's step into Sarah's world, the dispatcher's command center. She is sitting right at the heart of the supply chain, and literally every single decision she makes sends a ripple effect down the line, making sure goods get where they need to go on time and on budget. So how does her day even begin? Well, it all starts with managing the daily orders. This kicks off with just a flood of information. Before a single truck even thinks about leaving the yard, she has to bring order to this potential mountain of chaos. This is where the day is either won or lost. And wow, what a challenge it is. I mean, we're talking about a constant stream of orders, both coming in and going out. Every single one has its own special needs, its own pile of documents, and of course, super tight deadlines. It's like a high-stakes puzzle she has to solve perfectly every single day. So, how does she get a grip on it all? Well, Sarah is managing the execution of every single order. She's handling all that critical paperwork, things like bills of lading, which are basically the legal handshake between the person shipping and the person carrying. And she's also doing export declarations, those official forms you need to ship things internationally. Getting every last detail right, that's her job. Okay, next up is what's called the tendering process. See, getting the orders organized is really just the beginning. Now Sarah has to find someone to actually move the stuff. And this brings us to one of her most strategic roles, making the right connections. So what is tendering? It's a core part of logistics. Put simply, it's kind of like matchmaking. Sarah's job is to find the absolute perfect carrier, the right truck, the right ship, the right plane for each shipment. And she's got to balance cost, speed, and of course, reliability. And this all follows a pretty clear playbook. First, Sarah figures out what the shipment needs. Does it need to be kept cold? Is it huge? Is it fragile? Then she sends the request out to her network of carriers she trusts. They all send back their bids. And then finally, she looks at all those bids, not just for the best price, but for their track record before she awards the job. And this is so important. It's not just about picking the cheapest option. No way. This is a strategic move. She's balancing cost against risk. Because the wrong carrier, that could mean delays, damaged goods, or a bunch of hidden fees down the line. Her expertise here is absolutely invaluable. All right, now for a really, really critical part of her job, navigating customs and compliance. Once a shipment is moving, especially if it's going across a border, a whole new set of problems pop up. Sarah now becomes the guardian of that shipment, making sure everything is safe, legal, and compliant. Think about it. Every country has its own rules, its own customs process, its own list of things you can and can't send. One tiny misstep, one little mistake, and a shipment can get stuck at a border for days, or honestly, even weeks. So here's her compliance checklist in action. She's constantly keeping an eye on freight as it gets close to a border. She's the one who has to flag it for a customs check or start a special process if it has dangerous goods inside. She is literally the frontline defense against logistical nightmares. And the stakes? They couldn't be higher. It just takes one mistake, one wrong form, one box left unchecked, one tiny miscalculation. That is all it takes to completely derail a shipment and blow a hole in the company's budget. Her attention to detail has to be flawless. So finally, let's just zoom out and talk about the dispatcher's critical role. When you look at all the different pieces Sarah is juggling, you really start to see just how vital she is. She's not just moving boxes around. She's the one making modern commerce even possible. The difference she makes is it's night and day. Without a dispatcher, you've got chaos, delays, and much higher costs. You've got huge risks with safety and the law. But with Sarah on the job, you get efficiency, you get cost savings, and you get the peace of mind knowing everything is being handled safely and legally. So let's just boil it all down. The dispatcher is really three people in one. They're a master organizer who can turn a mess into a perfect plan. They're a sharp strategist, making these critical business decisions on the fly. And they're a vigilant guardian, protecting every single shipment from all the risks out there in a really complex world. And that, of course, brings us to what's next. As technology like AI, automation, and real-time tracking becomes the new normal, the dispatcher's job is going to keep evolving. So the big question we have to leave you with is this: what new skills will the next generation of dispatchers need to become the unsung heroes of tomorrow's supply chain?